3 years ago today is the famous day that changed everybody's lives, especially mine around here. My ex-wife, Cindy Lincoln, came out of this bedroom where she'd been sleeping about 60% of the time for the last 6 months. We were married for 3 years, had a wonderful marriage at first, and then something changed. I think she changed, but she thinks I did. Anyway, she came out. She had been texting me all night with a bunch of questions. When are you going to do this? Who's going to do this? And, trying to, I think, just basically run me and run the ministry. So she came out of the bedroom. It's only a 2-bedroom house, kitchen in the middle, bedroom at each end. And I came out of that bedroom with my lawyer had told me when she starts going crazy, you have to record it. So Cindy came out and stood here and said, "Are you going to answer all my texts?" So I came out of the other bedroom like this and said, "I'd be glad to, but I need to record this." All right, so I walked out of our bedroom and said, "Cindy, I'll be glad to answer all of your questions, but my attorney has said I have to record these conversations." And so I sat down, got my phone, and said, let me start at the beginning, okay? About a week or two before this event, I had nearly broken my arm building the dining hall. One of the steel beams fell down, and I hit it on my wrist right here. Can you zoom in and see 3 years later, I still have the scar? And you might be able to find some of the videotapes from before October 26th, some of the old YouTube I did, with my arm bandaged up, okay? So I'm holding my phone, and I said, and we started the conversation. We will play the conversation on the video here and put the transcript beside it. We paid a court-authorized transcriber to transcribe the whole transaction, what happened. After a few minutes, I could see this is going nowhere, so I stood up and tried to make my way to the door over there, to get out of here. So I walked around her. She, I think, was sitting down. I don't remember. I got over this far, and she started screaming, "Give me that phone." And she used God's name in vain. You'll see the transcript. I was holding the phone like this, my damaged arm right here. Finally, near the end, she lunged at me to grab my phone, cursing and screaming. I simply pushed her to the side. She hit this shelf right here, which had little bells on it for Christmas or something. I forget. We got the bell somewhere. And she hit the ground. And she screamed and screamed. She was screaming out of frustration. She was not screaming because I body slammed her. I did not. You'll never hear any voice change or noise change with the phone. I'm holding it back here, trying to record this conversation. And I was simply protecting my property in self-defense. Now, we just counted yesterday. It's now been 3 years. She has over 700 anti-Kent Hovind videos on her little YouTube channel. She is stopping strangers at the store. People have come to me and said, "This lady stopped me and said, 'Do you live around here?' 'Yeah.' 'Well, let me tell you about Kent Hovind.'" She's trying to taint the whole jury pool because we go to trial now December 11th or 12th over this. It's going to be, I think the court's going to throw it out. It's going to be a joke, bad on her, because there was no body slam. So she dove for my phones. I pushed her out of the way. She hit the wall, hit the floor, jumped up screaming and yelling, and slammed these chairs down and broke the tile floor. Can you zoom in on that, brother? They're still broken. Let's see, this one, these two broken, this one broken. She slammed the chairs down and broke the floor. I said, "Cindy, let me help you up." Twice I said that. You'll see it in the video. "Let me help you up." I never yelled at her. I never hit her. I've never hit a woman in my life. Okay? And I helped her. She didn't want my help, I don't think. That went by so fast. So I just left. The next day, she asked our cook, Freddie, "Would you take me to the chiropractor in Pensacola?" She'd already been going to the chiropractor in Pensacola for some time. And so on the way down there, she asked Freddie, "Should I tell the chiropractor I was body slammed just to get it in the record?" And Freddie said, "Well, not if it didn't happen." But she did tell the chiropractor, and she said something to the effect, "Does this look like I was body slammed?" He said, "Well, this could happen." How can a chiropractor tell that from a chiropractor? Anyway, so she is now claiming that the chiropractor said she was body slammed. She told him she was body slammed. She stayed here with me as wife and stayed in the other bedroom most of the time. But that same time, while she's screaming and yelling and banging the chairs down, Mark Stoney was here, living in the cabin about 100 yards away. He could hear her screaming and heard the loud bang when the chairs hit the floor. And according to his story on his channel and on comments on Cindy's channel, he went to get his gun. He's got a bunch of anti-Kent Hovind videos also, Mark Stoney does, on his channel. And so, without knowing the story at all, what's happening, and it's her fault, he would have come shot me probably, okay? So I just left, end of story. Next day she goes to the chiropractor, tells him that she was body slammed and she was not. She stayed right here as husband and wife until February. Let's see, October, November, December, January. 3.5 months later, she moved out to one of the houses she owned over. She's still there, 5 miles away on Highway 41, right by Conecuh Village. So she moved out of her own free will. And I was glad, but I was a faithful husband. I've never touched a woman I wasn't married to. And she moved out. Then, 9 months after the event, she filed a complaint at the county sheriff that I body slammed her, and they had me arrested. It wasn't really arrested. I was already at the courthouse for something else, and the deputy said, hey, I got a warrant here. Would you come next door and let me get your fingerprints? So I was never handcuffed or arrested. But then the newspaper here in town, Lee Peacock, one of the writers for the Monroeville newspaper, wrote an article, local Baptist preacher arrested for domestic violence or something like that. So after this is over and I win the case, and it's turned out that I did not body slam her, I'd like everybody to contact Monroeville Journal and contact Lee Peacock and say, are you going to write a nice article about them now? He did not body slam his wife, and I did not. So those are the events of what happened 3 years ago today. I am focusing on the ministry mostly. She focuses completely on Bash Kent Hovind. She's determined, I think, and others think, to taint the whole jury pool. So when they call for a jury, all the community already is turned against me. And boy, is she doing a good job at that. I stop at people's houses. Hey, I'm Kent Hovind. I know who you are. Get off my property. I don't know who you are. Why? I'm already judged. There's a lot of gossip going around. Have you seen that, Joseph? Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's from Cindi, mostly, doing this, trying to, I think, taint the jury pool ahead of time. So if you have any questions, call me. I've got nothing to hide. 855-BIG-DINO, extension 3. I'll answer any questions I've got. There was never a body slam. It was her screaming and yelling. You can watch the video yourself. Why did she wait 9 months to even file a complaint? Well, she's looking for money. All right, one more interesting bit of information here. Cindi had been going to the chiropractor for a long time. 1 week after this supposed body slam, she had a car accident. And then she sent us a bill for $2,500 for all of her chiropractor bills. A, it was a pre-existing condition. B, I did not body slam her. She jumped for my phone and fell down. Okay, I was protecting my property is all I was doing. And then she wants to give us the bill for the whole thing. This is all about money. One of the guys that used to work here named Stephen Bolin, B-O-W-L-I-N, helped Cindi edit all the videos that she made lots of videos about me, and he was on her side helping her edit all these videos. Finally, he listened to everything, he watched everything, he called me, he said, Kent, this woman's crazy, you didn't do anything wrong. I said, well, a lot of people think she's bipolar. She'll get mad when you say that, but I definitely think she's bipolar. Flip a switch. Anyway, so you can contact Steve Bolin, the Proverbs guy. He's now moved to Georgia, but he was living here for a long time. And he switched, when he heard all the truth, he switched right back over to our side, said, I'll help you, Brother Hovind. Contact the Proverbs guy, Stephen Bolin, and see what he says about all this, because he was working with her, side by side, editing these videos to make anti-Kent Hovind videos. So she's got chiropractor bills from her own car accident and from her own problems before. I had promised her I'd give her, our ministry would give her $1,300 a month as long as she was my wife, and we did. We even did for 5 months after she left. Kept paying her, but she's gone. The Bible says if the unbelieving depart, you're not in bondage. So that's when I prayed. I said, Lord, she left. What do I do? I said, Lord, I'm not going to go fishing, not going to go dating around. I want you to have a fish jump in the boat, whichever one you want. And I don't know what it was, 8 or 10 months later, Sandra jumped in the boat. Boy, has it been great for 2 years and 2 months and 3 days. But who's counting? All right, see you, bye. I will be glad to go over all of the texts back and forth with you, but I'm going to
No back and forth, it's one
Okay.
way.
All right, but I will record the conversation for my protection.
If you're back to that, then just
Well, I don't trust you to get it
wait.
straight.
Don't keep rubbing it in and making it worse.
No. Let me read them to you, and I'll give my response.
Just please.
Just leave?
Yep.
Why, I've got nothing to be ashamed of in anything I would say.
If you're back to the recording issue,
I'm going to have to record for my protection, Cindi.
leave!
This is my house.
Leave!
No, this is my house.
Leave!
I don't want to leave.
Leave!
I'd like to get some resolution.
No, you don't.
Yes, I really do.
Start out by recording.
Yes, I'm recording right now. I have to for my
You
protection.
do not have to. That is an insult from the get-go.
You can record our conversation.
I don't want to. You won't leave, and I will.
Well, you continually called me a liar
Oh,
this
shut
morning.
up. There's not a single text that says anything about it.
Oh, you were yelling out of the bathroom while I was walking out. Liar, 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 liar. Weren't you? When did you get in the shower this morning?
It was.
You were. I didn't lie.
Why didn't you respond to the text? Isn't that what you just said you were
I
going
was
to
just
do?
about to do that, and you told me to leave.
Because you're recording it.
But that should have nothing
That's
to do
not love.
with it. Neither is what I'm hearing from you.
Yes, it is.
Well, this is
If
love.
I didn't love you, I wouldn't care.
Well, then
You're
show it.
treating me like crap and accusing me from the get-go that you have to protect yourself from me. That is a lie from the pit of hell.
There you go again.
Take your recorder and get out.
Okay.
And be glad you have something on me with your little smirky smile.
I am not trying to smirk or smile.
You are smiling.
You are angry and bitter.
I'm
and
angry because you
Yeah.
just started the conversation with an insult.
Not an insult.
Yes, it is.
All you've done over this whole thing is insult me, Cindy, calling me a liar 50 times.
Get that damn recorder out of here. If you don't want to make up with your wife, then
I do.
don't. And now you're smiling again. Because you're so happy I swore. Now you got something else on me. Play it on the internet and say everybody, this is why I had to leave my wife.
I will be glad to go over all of the texts back and forth with you, but I'm going to
Go back and forth. It's one way.
All right, but I will record the conversation for my protection.
No desire to reconcile whatsoever.
I have every desire to reconcile.
You do not.
I also have a ministry to protect.
That is a lie from the pit of hell.
I don't have a ministry to protect.
Not from me. I'm your number one fan. I'm your number one heart. I have the same heart for this ministry. Turn off the damn recorder.
I'm sorry, I won't do that.
Obviously you don't care.
Well, let's get
You
it.
have no heart.
No, I care very much.
You have no heart.
Let's get another witness in here then.
You have no heart. You have no love. You have no Holy Spirit. Hate! I hate you!
Why? I've done nothing but good
Yes!
for you.
Oh, that is a big lie!
I don't understand why you let the bitterness rule in your heart.
Because you are ugly!
What have I done ugly to you?
Why are you recording?
Because this says I have to protect myself.
That's a lie!
I don't have to protect myself.
That is a lie! Get out! Get out! Get out!
This is my house.
Get out! Damn phone!
What are you doing, Cindy? Why would you jump on me and grab me, Come on, let me help you out. There's no reason to get violent. Come on.
Shut up, you asshole! Give me the goddamn phone! me! Give it to me! Then turn it off! Ah!
Don't throw it.